Hello, everyone, and welcome. Yeah, that's what happens to me every time I do my video recordings as well. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another live session with me, Tanmay Mehta, your home cinema consultant or home theatre wale bhaiya. I'm going to wait for some time for everyone to join in. Until then, I'm going to share one of the incident that happened with us when we crossed 15,000 subscribers. Now, 15,000 subscribers for us was a huge number, jumping from 5, 10, and then 15. Definitely, the next target that we have kept for ourselves is 50,000 by the next Diwali. And we would definitely come back to you for hitting that subscribe button so that you can help us reach our goal as well. And talking about the story that I was going to share about. So, when we crossed 15,000 subscribers, I mean, the team was elated. We had a great cake celebrations and everything in the office. And suddenly, something random happened at that night, at that evening, actually. The office was functioning normally. I was on my T20 calls, and suddenly, the number of subscribers started rapidly climbing up. Like every 1 minute, we had 100, 200 subscribers. And by the time in I think what 20 23 minutes, we reached a number of 23,000 subscribers. And I thought that okay, this is what viral really means. Unfortunately, that was a bug or an error that happened from YouTube side. That's why we couldn't retain that number, because definitely the lives were not matching to that number, and the other parameters were also not showing that. But the good thing is that it obviously told us that okay, what does it feel when you reach that kind of number and when you see that kind of viral growth. So yeah, if you feel any of our videos shorts are making sense, then your contribution of that one like, one save, one share is definitely pushing the YouTube algorithms to help us achieve more and more numbers. And I highly recommend you all to keep doing that so that it helps us in reaching more and more right audience. Now, just to know if everybody is here, if you guys have already joined in the live session, please drop in a hi in the chat box so that we are know you are there, and feel free to even put down your questions so that we can start taking them. We'll wait for a while. I know it's a Diwali celebration time, so we are not going to have a lot of numbers today. But yes, as committed, second Thursday every month, we have to be here for all of you to answer your questions, to share some stories, to talk about home theaters, to talk about technologies in the home cinema space, and whatnot. And with me, I have got Atharva, who is going to help us in conducting this live session, to be my voice in the chat box. So please feel free to ask him queries out there, and he would help you with some right relevant I've got for all of you. So let's get started. If you have joined in, if there's anybody already there, please share hi, and also let us know if you can hear me properly as well as see me properly. Prabir says hi. Hi, Prabir. How are you? Who else do we have? Okay. So, Prabir, first of all, happy. I'm sure the season of Diwali is going to be very exciting for everyone. It's one of the best memories that we have with our loved ones, and it is also the fantastic time to enjoy your home cinema systems. My team has been busy doing a lot of installations this week. We have had two members in Rajkot this week, two people in Solapur, then one of them went recently to Surat as well, and a lot of other places in and around Pune too. We have Siva saying hi. Hi, sir. Hi, Siva. How are you? If you've got any questions, please start putting that out. And we have our first question. In small or medium sized rooms, which one is better, either 5.1.2 or 7.1? Well, 7.1 is definitely much more immersive for surround sound format. But when it comes to the new content that is all coming up, it's all in Atmos. And that's why 5.1.2 will still make more sense to go for than the 7.1 format. One of the best ways what you can do is you can put height speakers on the side walls, which you can angle them towards your ears, and you can always create two presets in the AV receiver, one preset for 7.1, one preset for 5.1.2. That way, based upon the content, you can just play around with the presets and enjoy a great home cinema experience. Okay, Prabir says your video is little slow. Okay, Let's see if the network takes care of that speed for you. For others, if you can see and hear me properly, please type in perfect in the comment box. Any questions that Atharva you have over Slack that you would want to ask?
Yep.
Yeah.
Epson TW7100 versus BenQ W1800.
Wow.
Which is better for all sorts of 3D format support and having comparative shorter throw distance for a 106-inch diagonal display?
Okay.
This question is from Mr. Saurav Chatterjee.
Okay. So Saurav, I don't know if you are watching the video, but if not, here's the answer for you. The Epson TW7100 and BenQ W1800 are very nice 4K upscale projectors. One of the benefit of Epson is that it has got a long throw projection. For instance, for the 106 inches diagonal that you mentioned, the projection can start from anywhere around 11 feet and can go all the way up to 16, 17 feet. Whereas for BenQ W1800, it may be hardly between 10 to 12 feet. So if that range works for you, BenQ can be the choice. Again, the room over here is going to be very crucial, because if the room is a dedicated cinema room, then definitely a DLP projector is going to be much more clear or colorful. But if it's a living room or a bedroom wherein you have too much of ambient light, Epson TW7100 would still be our preference or the preferred choice. I don't know how many of you saw our videos on top 5 full HD projectors as well as top 5 4K upscale projectors. If you did, let us know how those videos were. And we just finished shooting yet another video which is on projectors, but this time it is on the ultra short throw projectors. That video is going to be live next week, so make sure to stay subscribed to our channel. We have the next question from Untold Amazing Facts. Okay. Sir, my room size is 10 by 12 feet and I have 2800H right now. I want to upgrade to 3800H. I have T series speakers also. Can it match if I buy 3800 and room size is okay? I have only one sub TSW10. Well, I think more than the AV receiver, what you need as an upgrade is definitely the speakers. The Fusion T series are still okay, but if you can go for the higher series, if you want to keep the same brand or any other brand, that would be my first upgrade than just upgrading the AV receiver. I know the 7 channel to 9 channel jump is very, very lucrative because it definitely gives you a much more better surround sound experience. But having said that, the speakers is definitely something that I would first change than changing the AV receiver. If that makes sense, let us know in the comments. And for others as well, let us know your feedback on these speakers. Feel free to share your opinion. We have got Siva asking us, I'm using ELAC 10 sub crossover settings. Tell me. Okay. So the crossover settings have to be according to the crossover setup that you have done for the speakers. First of all, the crossover of the subwoofer and the crossover that you have set for the subwoofer on the AV receiver calibration tool has to be same. So if it is 100 hertz for both, make sure that both are 100 at the subwoofer's back panel as well as in the AVR calibration tool. Now, talking about the speakers crossover, the speaker need to have a crossover which is, let's say, starting from 80 hertz, so that that 80 to 100 hertz, that gap is a little overlapped because one frequency would be falling and one would be rising. So that's how you can do it and see if the performance blends in properly. The speakers, again, keep it at small if you're going to use it majorly for a surround sound setup. We have got another question from CBK asking 8K fiber optical HDMI versus 8K ultra HD HDMI. Fiber optical and copper, I mean, these are the two modes of communication for any data in the HDMI cable. The fiber optical, which is active optical cable, is much more faster, but it is also one way directional. So if you see the optical fiber cables, you will always have a source and you will always have a display end, which means that it is single directional. Obviously, ARC can come back, but for video, it is going to be single direction. Whereas for copper cables, it can be two way. Now, in terms of the speed, I think if both are giving you 48 Gbps speed, you can go for either of the two. They say that fiber optical cables are better for long lengths. So, in case your distance is more than 10-15 meters, always stick to active optical cable than going for copper cable, because copper does not have that kind of long distance length support the way optical cable has. Should I go for Polk Audio 1600 with Elax ceiling speakers or Sony HTA9? Well, definitely go for Polk Audio speakers or any other hi-fi speakers when you compare with Sony HTA9. A9 is a good sound system from Sony, but still not measured in the hi-fi standards. So that's why Polk Audio would still be the first choice. Elax ceiling speakers, Polk ceiling speakers, you can keep any of these. You can even check the JBL Arena 6IC. Very powerful, around the same price of Elax. If that makes sense, you can even go for it. Is Bose 900 better than Sonos Arc? Asking about full setup with sub and rare. Well, Jatinder, personally speaking, Sonos Arc is way more better for its calibration, for the setup, and for the ease of use. Bose has got a different sound signature which appeals to a lot many people and has got a name which sounds very premium because we have been hearing it for a very long time. But Sonos Arc is still much more better combination along with the sub and the rear speakers compared to the Bose 900 soundbar. We have yet another question from Simarjit who is saying, Sir, will a rear ported bookshelf speaker will sound different mounting on wall or placing on table under TV? Uh, a rear ported bookshelf speaker, if you mount it on the wall, is definitely not recommended. You always need to keep it on the table or on a shelf which is at least 4 inches or 3 inches away from the wall, because that kind of space behind that port is very much required. If you keep it attached to the wall, then all the base ports or the air that is coming out from that base port will hit the wall and it is kind of going to disturb the entire sound performance. So try avoiding that. Always keep it on the shelf if possible. How to determine the synergy between speaker and the amplifier if I don't have the option for live demo? Okay, I know that's a very big concern. Getting demos of all the speakers of all the series is not going to be possible in any city. Okay, because you have to understand that there are more than 100 brands that are being imported in India in the hi-fi space, and each brand has got more than 5 series. Now, for any dealer, even if he's representing that brand in your city, he may not carry the entire range, and that is where at times you will still have to believe or trust on the opinions of some experts that you will see online on various forums or on various videos. So that's the best option that you can do. One of the best tools or one of the best exhibitions that happen in this space is the What Hi-Fi exhibition that happens once or twice every year. Uh, Bombay is fixed. It happens in the month of February and March. And the second exhibition in the August, it either happens in Hyderabad, Bangalore, or Delhi. So make sure to follow their calendars because that can be one place wherein you can see the entire range of products represented by certain segment of brands. By the way, anybody who has been to What Hi-Fi show and want to share their experience, please feel free to put that in the chat box. Because I know that recently the Bangalore What Hi-Fi exhibition saw a lot of home theater buyers than the dealers. So yeah, that was a big, uh, good chunk of people who actually turned up for the exhibition than the standard system integrator and the home cinema partners. Best 4K projector under 1.05 lakh. Well, it has to be 1.50 lakh because then you will get some of the best options. Under 1 lakh, I think there's only one brand which is the ViewSonic CPB series brand which has got the 4K projector around that price range. In 5.1.2, shall we go for bipolar surround speakers instead of mono? Definitely, bipolar surround speakers will always give you a much more better surround sound coverage than a monopole. So yeah, you can go for it if that brand has it, because not every brand has got bipolar speakers. There are very handful of them who have got this technology. Uh, we have got another question from Parth. Parth is asking, only reason why I'm considering Sony HT-A9 over Polk Audio TL1600 is because I need Atmos for movies and my room size is 11 by 11. I was told I won't get good Atmos with hi-fi in small space like mine. That's definitely not true. One of our room is only 10 by 13 or 11 by 13, and in that also people love the experience more than what they love in the bigger room. So a small room does not mean that you can't go for Atmos with separate speakers. You should go for it. Just make sure to position the speakers properly and calibrate the system properly. Then you are good to go. Can I meet you in person for detailed discussion? Yes, definitely. You can meet us in person. We are located on Senapati Vapat Road in Pune, a very buzzing place around. So, yeah, do come in anytime you're in Pune and get a walkthrough of our entire experience center. If not, you can also let us know the cities that you are based in, because that ways, when we open up our experience centers in multiple cities, we know that you would be there to visit us over there too. How to activate Spotify in OnQ RZ50? Is it through OnQ app or through mobile? Uh, I think it has to be through mobile. If you use the app, you may have to go into the music services and you have to sign up into the Spotify account through the app. That ways it can work, because that's how it is done in most of the wireless speaker technologies or the wireless technologies. But mobile phone, you can just directly open a Spotify app and just cast your songs directly through Wi-Fi. Even that's fine. You don't need to go into the OnQ app. I personally prefer that, because that gives me a freedom of not using the brand's application, because their UI is not necessarily going to be the best UI to play music. Which is best under 1.5, BenQ TK700 or Epson TW? Well, I think you need to watch our video on 5 best upscale 4K projectors of 2023, because that video will give you a lot of insights, not just on these two brands or these two products. You will get to see the whole vast library in that 4K upscale segment. Kindly advise for AVC 3800H, what speaker placement is better, top middle or top front, or height speaker? What is the Oro 3D speaker setup? Well, this is going to require yet another video, I think. Difficult to explain in this live chat for with so many questions around, but I'll try my level best. So the best speaker placement is definitely going to be around top front and top rear instead of top front, which is way too high ahead. Uh, the second option of height speaker, I think height speaker is going to be a good option as well, considering you will be able to play between the Oro 3D setup as well as between the Dolby Atmos setup. I've heard that to get Oro 3D effect, another amplifier required. Not necessarily. The Denon X3800H has got Oro 3D. It supports 9.1 Oro 3D format, and that's a beginner format though. But yeah, you can still go ahead with it. If not, you can add two-channel power amplifier, and you can create a 11.1 Oro 3D setup with the voice of God speakers as well. Will downfiring speakers disturb the neighbor living below? No, no, nothing happens. If you're living in an apartment which has got concrete slabs, then don't worry about it. Nothing is going to happen to the neighbors. And this brings us to a very interesting question, actually. How many of you have, are staying in apartments and have got neighbors complaining with the sound? And what type of sound? Is it more got to do with the bass, or is it with the main 5 or 7 or 9 speakers that you have got? Because what I have seen is that the bass is very, very difficult to control or pertain into that particular room, and the speaker sound you can still control and the neighbors won't complain about it. It's the rattling sound of the woofer that may disturb the neighbors at time. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below if your neighbors have also been complaining about sound. Rate the performance of Optoma UHD 55. Well, Optoma UHD 55, a great 4K upscale projector again. The closest competitor to it that is the Epson TW9400 and BenQ W2700. Uh, but UHD 55, I would still avoid spending that kind of money. I mean, see if you can then go for UHZ 50, which is a laser projector and gives you a much more longer life of 20-25,000 hours. Because at the end of the day, spending 2 lakh on you Optima USD 55, if you want to stick to the brand, is still going to give you 5 to max 10,000 hours of lamp life. What else? Did we miss on any question, or if you have any questions, Atharva, that you would want
So
to?
we have a very big question on Slack.
Okay.
Which
Do you want to copy paste it here
no,
so
no,
that
no, no.
everyone
Yeah,
can
okay. Well,
also
can do
read that question?
it's a very big question. Let me warn you about that.
Are you scaring me with that?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. I'll try my level best to answer
Uh,
whatever I can.
okay, it doesn't fit in the characters.
Acha, okay.
Live chat has a character limit actually, so I'll just read it out. I'm planning to install a projector and screen in my living room.
Okay.
The wall on which I will put up the projector screen is 80 inches wide by 11 feet high.
Okay.
There are doors on both sides of the wall. So on the screen width, along with frame, hooks, etc., cannot go beyond 80 inches.
Okay.
Opposite wall on which projector will be mounted is 14 feet away,
Okay.
and viewing distance will be around 12 feet.
Okay.
So Nishant here asking 5 questions about this setup.
So
First,
5 questions. This was just the
yeah,
explanation.
this was just the
Wow. I like these kind of
yeah.
questions wherein the explanation itself is bigger.
So the first question is ideal screen size which will fit within the 80 inches space.
So ideal screen size that would fit into 80 inches space. I think a 92 inches screen would do that because 100 is typically around 8 feet, 96 inches or 94 inches. So 92 inches diagonal screen is definitely something that Nishan can go for. Uh, what's the next question?
Since this is the living room
Hmm.
with significant ambient light, especially during the day,
Okay.
what kind of screen will be best and economical? So I
Okay.
guess we'll have to share the link of our video.
Yeah. So we last released a video. We
No,
released that,
no,
right?
no, no.
It's not.
It's
It's
just
due
scheduled.
for Sunday.
Not really. Next
Acha,
Tuesday,
Wednesday.
next Wednesday.
Okay, so next Wednesday we have got a very interesting topic coming up. It's about UST ALR screen versus a long throw ALR screen. Now, this is one of the most common confusion because ALR as a terminology, everybody wants it because everybody knows that the washed out image you get due to the ambient light is very disturbing, and the ALR screens have really picked up a lot these in these recent days, and that's why we have got a video wherein we are explaining the main differentiation between a UST ALR screen and a long throw ALR screen. Make sure to watch that, and same applies for Nishant as well. For you, I think long throw ALR screen would be perfect, but because you put down that word of economical, ALR screen is never economical. We all know that ALR screen are going to be more expensive than the traditional matte white fabric screen. So go for matte white fabric screen if that makes sense to you. And
Very interesting third question now.
okay,
Is there
he's
a
smiling.
significant difference in picture quality between white, gray, and ALR screens? Is the difference worth the incremental pricing?
Okay. So this is exactly I think what we have covered in that video. And I don't want to spill any bins out here
Yeah.
in the live chat because I want you guys to watch that video properly to understand a little background and then come to that conclusion and the answer of this third question.
Fourth question is now
Acha.
between motorized and manual pull down with auto lock, which
Hmm.
is more practical from pricing and longevity perspective.
Okay. So I don't know if anybody has bought a manual screen ever in a home cinema room. The first time users might have. Uh, this has been a concern. Okay, what happens is in a manual screen, the hook to pull down the screen is right in the middle of the screen. So what happens is when you constantly put a weight on it and you constantly bring it up and down, okay, it's going to have V grooves on the screen, and that is very disturbing over a period of time. And going for a motorized screen, even if it's 5-10,000 rupees extra, always go for it because you don't want that hassle of having those folds first of all on the screen, and second is the comfort. I mean, you just sit on the chair and you use the remote control to bring down the screen. It's today not very expensive as a technology, and I think motorized screens should always be preferred compared to manual screens, especially when it comes to home cinema experiences.
And the last question,
Okay.
I have shortlisted WZ88CO Zataco.
Acha, it's it's Zatco or Zotco. I don't know. Even I
Whatever,
don't know how
yeah.
to pronounce that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The
I understood the
brand
project. Yeah.
name that you said, that brand's A1 projector. So any feedbacks on that with that projector?
Sorry, I mean, I get a lot of these questions asking about Wanbo projectors, Zatco, whatever you may call it, that kind of projectors. But honestly, to tell you or to tell all of you, these projectors are all Chinese projectors. Now, what happens is the kind of listing that they have on Amazon, okay, makes you feel that okay, let me buy this projector. But the hidden facts behind that is that they tell you that okay, this is a 5,000 lumens, 7,000 lumens projector. But believe me, a traditional brand which has been making projectors for dog years, okay, for dog years, have not been able to manage that kind of technology wherein they can bring in a 5,000 lumens projector at 15-20,000 rupees price. And these new brands who are popping up every day on Amazon and Flipkart websites are claiming to give you that. It's a sham. I mean, it's definitely not happening. It's a pure lie. What you what they try to tell you is that the lumens, actual lumens, is only 10% of what they write. And if you actually read the detailed description of this projector on the website, you will see that if they are writing 7,000 lumens or 7,500 lumens, what they mean is that the projector is delivering only 750 lumens when compared with a normal 2000 lumens projector. So that's why I've seen few people uh, who have had demo of these projectors in their friends' places, and they've come back to us and said that, you know what, Tanmay, I don't want to go for it. Even if the traditional ones are expensive, let's go for those because I don't want to compromise on my viewing experience. So that is definitely a big learning. Also, they write 4K Full HD. What they mean is that they support signal, but eventually they are going to compress the image and going to still give you a 500 or a 700 pixel screen image on the screen.
So we missed a lot of questions during the
Yeah,
Slack question.
please.
So
Which one?
yeah, let us start with Path's question. You can see
Okay.
this right here.
Uh, yeah,
Here.
okay. Can you share me good hi-fi system around 2 lakh for my 11 by 11 room? My main priority is good Dolby surround Atmos. So far, I have come across Polk Audio TL 1600 with Elac ceiling speakers and Pioneer AVR. Well, Parth, I think 2 lakh is a very decent budget for an 11 by 11 room. You can look for speakers which are focal CBO, clips reference pack, though the new one, the bass is not that great, but you can check that. What else can you get in 2 lakh rupees? Mm, well, I think these are some of the options that I can think of right now. But I would highly recommend you, Part, to use the link that is been pinned on the chat because that's the best tool wherein you can share your details, your room layouts, and everything with us. And my team can help you get some of the best solutions under your price range. Oh, you have already told about focal CPO, right? That's what you should go for then. And go for Yamaha AV receiver if possible instead of Pioneer. Rishabh is asking, what should be my budget if I want to get AV receiver with sound quality comparable to a good set of headphones? I have Sennheiser open back headphone, haven't heard any sound system which is close. Well, Rishabh, it's very difficult to get a sound like headphone from any of the speaker packages because they are not going to be as close to your ears as your headphone is. And definitely, Sennheiser has got some of the fantastic headphones in the market. Again, Rishabh, do use the link because we will need some more details to understand that what kind of AV receiver, what kind of sound quality, or what kind of speaker layout options need to first go into the room. So please feel free to use that, and then we can probably answer the question rightly. Having said that, one big disclaimer I want to give you is that the headphone is always going to stay the way it is. It is not going to replace your surround sound speakers, actual speakers. Next, we have is a 14 by 17 room complete acoustic treatment or diffusers and reflectors are enough for wherever it necessary for 5.1.2. Okay, so first of all, treating acoustics does not mean that you have to do it completely on the walls, floor, ceiling. Okay, it's a big no. People do it to maintain the design element of that room. Because if I do it in patches, it's not going to aesthetically look nice, and that is the primary reason why you have seen most of the home cinema room images treated with full acoustics on the wall. Okay, now a lot many people, what they do is, instead of putting absorption everywhere, they put diffusers, they put reflectors everywhere as well, and they hide it with a perforated cloth fabric so that the uniformity remains the same, but the cost of that fabric throughout the room is still going to remain constant, and that is going to cost a lot. If you want to save the cost, if you want to if you're okay with certain patches on the wall treated for acoustics, go for it. Or otherwise, do your room design in a manner that you don't have to do acoustic everywhere, yet the room does a fantastic job. The next question. Okay, I'm a D2H technician. Can I join your team? Well, Siva, definitely. I mean, we are in constant need of good engineers like you, and please reach out to us. I think share the chatbot link to Siva so that he can get in touch with our team because we want more and more home cinema installers, partners from various cities. As of now, we have our main team, core team, based out of Pune office, and my team is traveling from here to all the locations that we cover across India, uh, except for one city wherein we have got our own partner, which is Hyderabad. So Hyderabad, we have got Rishabh, one of our partners, who takes care of the entire installation and services in Hyderabad for us. So yeah, Siva, even if you don't want to come to Pune, you can stay in your own city, and we can help you get some great installation works, and you will be getting access to our full-fledged operations training. So feel free to apply, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Simarjit Singh is asking, sir, who is the authorized dealer for Denon in India? I know this is a big topic right now. How many of you are actually getting excited by looking at the crazy price drop that is happening online, especially on certain websites? I'm not going to advertise them, but yeah, I can see a lot of people going crazy over the kind of pricing that Denon has got online. Now, are these authentic? Are these something wherein you will get service? It's very very tricky to answer because the main distributors or the importers who are getting Denon in India are two. One is PTC, second is ProFX. These two guys claim that they are not going to give service on the products that are bought from online. It can be from Amazon or from any other AV website, simply for a reason because the price drops is crazy and they don't really authorize that or promote that. But the way the reason why these guys are still selling the material is because somebody is still selling them these products. So if they are getting these products from somewhere, and that too from India, then I'm sure that there has to be some sort of uh, a jhol that is happening out there. And I'm not going to comment on it, but yeah, I always trust buying from a local dealer. You may want to pay 2-3 grams extra to your local person, even if he's trying to get near to that price, because eventually this person who is going to be near to you is going to put in a lot of efforts. He has to come to your place, he has to do installation, he has to take care of the forwarding, freight charges, and whatnot. I mean, that is something that is very very valuable, because unfortunately home cinema buying in India is not something what you get like TV, wherein an installer would come and what you pay for is only the box. Because in home theater there's a lot of technical calculations, technical design, the placement, the calibration, everything involved, due to which buying products just from online may not really help. We have also got a fantastic service, because this was something that a lot of people asked us, that can I buy from you, can you help me with this product, how is it going to cost us, or what is the cost, etc. So what we thought is that when someone's buying only an AV receiver, sending my team all the way for installation and then asking you to pay 15-20,000 for that installation is not going to make justice to you and for me. So what we started with a virtual assistance calibration. Now this calibration that we do takes almost 2 to 3 hours. So 2 to 3 hours of video call with my team member, a calibration expert. He is going to guide you through each menu setting of that product that you buy. And not just that, he also tells you the setting that you need to put on the other connected devices. So that is something that we offer as a free service when you buy any product from us. Um, which typically, if somebody still wants to go for it, if they have not bought the system and still wants to avail for this service, it's around 3,500 rupees. But this goes out for free for anybody who buys the product from us. So we always try to innovate our services, and I'm sure you must have seen all our services: T20, 2D design, 3D design, the home theater design tool. These all have been designed by taking your feedbacks, by understanding your pain points, and ensuring that we have something for each one of you. Yeah, so I mean, please do check on these services if anybody needs it. We have next question from iMagic asking us, with affordable speakers, many reviewers suggest that to open up sound of these speakers, you need high power amps with around 80 watts or more per channel, which cost twice the cost of speaker. Your take? Well, definitely. I mean, the amps are going to be expensive when you compare to the cost of individual speaker. But when you read the speaker specs mention that the required power amplifier or the amplifier power is a range. It's never a number. It's a range which starts from 20-25 watts and goes all the way up to maybe 200, 150, 200 watts. So that is the range of any amplifier that you need to connect the speakers to. So let's say if you go for a 50 watts per channel amplifier, like a Marantz NR1510 or 1711, now that amplifier can still drive your speaker. What it says is that 50 watts is going to be the continuous power, and peak power, it can go up to 100 watts probably. Also, the impedance of the speakers is again going to change the values, but never get uh, attracted to the power of the amplifier just for the namesake. Always ensure that your speaker wattage that you are going to drive in your room is not going to be 100% of the speaker's output as well. For instance, if your speaker is 150 watt, It does not mean that when you play a home theater system, the speaker is giving you 150 watts. What you're listening to is maybe not more than 50 watts or 40 watts. That's the kind of power output that you anyways consume. Okay. Next question we have is from uh, again Untold Amazing Facts. Sir, to get Dolby Atmos sound effect, I've heard that 4K Blu-ray player is required. Kindly suggest which 4K Blu-ray player I can I buy. Amazon has no festival offer. Try checking for Sony UBP X800. Earlier they had X700, which was a very nice product. Now they have got the X800 model. So try going for it. It's around 35,000. Uh, Anything in the cheaper side, I would say go for Panasonic. Panasonic has some of the nice 4K Blu-ray players which are starting from hardly 10 to 13,000 rupees. That can be a good product to pair with your home cinema system. But again, one thing that you have to also consider is that when you buy Blu-ray player, you also have to buy Blu-ray discs, which are going to cost you around 1,500 to 2,000 rupees. Parth, having been following your channel for a while now, thank you for answering all the questions. My pleasure, Parth. I mean, uh, it's great to have people like you on board who keep getting some good information from us. And the whole purpose of this channel, as you all know, is only and only to make the people of India aware about the concept of home theater system and how it is designed. What are the products? Why do you need someone to come and do it for you? These are the main reasons why we started this channel. So I'm glad you could see that and keep following, keep asking your questions whenever they arise. Can we fix four Atmos speakers in 5.1.2 Denon 2700 instead of two on same wire? Yes, definitely you can do that. We call it as uh, parallel connection. So when you do that, what happens is you get two 8 ohm speakers connected to the single channel of your Atmos. The sound is going to be same in both the speakers. Okay, like for instance, if you are connecting it to the height channel left, and you're pairing two speakers to it. Now these two 8 ohm speakers will come down to 4 ohms. Similarly, if you're buying 4 ohm speakers and if you put them in series, wherein the amplifier wire connects to first speaker and from the first speaker the wire goes to the second speaker, then you are putting them in series, the impedance doubles up. So when you put two 8 ohm speakers, the impedance is going to go to 16 ohm. Now your amplifier does not support 16 ohm. That is where the amplifier will stop functioning after a certain time, or the speakers will also go for a toss. So avoid doing that. Instead, buy two 16 ohm speakers, pair them on parallel, so individual wires for both the channels. That way, the impedance gets divided to 8 ohms for the amplifier, which is pretty decent because that's what amplifiers operate on: 8, 6, and 4 ohms. So you can do that. Only thing, as I said, is that the output would be same on both the speakers on one side. Similarly, the right side will again have the same sound output. This is a nice way of covering sound in bigger room but still getting that Atmos experience. And this is exactly what the large cinema halls that we all go to also do. With so many surround speakers, they don't have individual channel for it. They all run on single channel. For instance, all the left side surround speakers will be on surround left channel, all the right side speakers will be on the surround right channel. But they don't do this parallel wiring and stuff. They have got individual amplifiers, power amps, and then they take a pre-out and connect it to a processor.
So we have a question from Abhishek.
Okay.
He's asking, can you suggest best subwoofers under 50K in India?
Okay.
Also, it would be helpful if you can make a series of videos on best of individual speakers like center channel, front speakers, surround and ceiling.
Okay, so making videos on individual speakers is very challenging, Abhishek, because so many brands, so many speakers, and typically in a home theater room, we have seen that most of the speakers are of the same brand. So making videos on individual speakers may not make sense, though we can categorize them and give you some solutions. Coming to the subwoofer question, under 50,000, some of the best subs that I can find out today uh, is okay. Some of the best subwoofers are Polk HTS10, Fine Audio F3.10. What else can I think of? Uh, Mission QX series subwoofer. That is also very nice subwoofer. Yamaha has got some fantastic lineup of subwoofers, and they start from very lower price. I mean, they are very price effective. 20,000 rupees for a 10 inches sub is not bad deal at all. Uh, that is also something you can buy two and then get a good base under 50,000 rupees. Okay, we have next question again from CVK asking, can we fix? Oh, that was done. Panasonic DMP BDT 380GA 4K upscaling. Can I buy or 4K required? Because Panasonic now very cheap. Okay. Uh, this is a 4K upscaling model. Uh, Make sure that your projector is also 4K upscaling to go for this. If not, as I said, check out the Sony UBP X800 model. That's not upscaling. That's pure 4K.
Next up, Yogendra asks
Hmm.
Denon X 2800 versus 3800. Which one is best in overall performance and overall, longevity?
Both are Denon at the end of the day. Both are going to be that great, that bad. So, in terms of the brand value and the standing, they are going to be same. When it comes to performance, no doubt a 9 channel system is always going to sound better than 7 channel. What was the other thing that he asked?
Overall performance and longevity wise.
Longevity, well, for Denon, you have to be highly careful about your HDMI boards. That has still been one of the common issues that we face across. And these come typically when there is a power fluctuation, when you are having two displays being used, like one for TV, one for projector. So, yeah, make sure that your settings are done properly, because Denon has something which is called preset or quick select. And in this quick select, what we do is that we have TV on one quick select, we have projector on one quick select. So instead of keeping your monitor out on dual, wherein both the signals are going simultaneously and you expect the amplifier to understand if it's projector or TV, they won't, because they will always program according to the last connected output device. So that's why having these quick selects will always help you, and will always help the AV receivers HDMI board for stay a longer time. Anybody who has got this flickering issues on the AV receiver and the or on the TV or projector screen, because for them, I'm sure you would have this problem of uh, the image constantly going on and off, or the amplifier just giving you audio and the image going blank. If you have faced this and if you are using both the HDMI outputs, let us know in the comments below, because then we can actually do a proper video telling the main importance or how to do this setting so that you can avoid the projector flicker issue. The next question we have from Kanchan Vaidya asking, hi, I have Dali Zensor Vocal, looking for Dali Oberon 3 as left right in a room size 16 by 15 feet. AVR is SR5015. Is this a good decision or do you suggest some better other brands to solve the purpose? Well, first of all,
Just before you answer the question, Kanchan has said that
the sub is E9F. Okay. So I see that you've got most of the products from Dali. Uh, Currently, Oberon 3, I don't know how they are placed, because I have been waiting for my dark brown pair for almost last 3.5 months. And every month it's just been pushed to the next month. So it's been a long that I've been waiting for my speakers with from Dali. I don't know what kind of stock status they have, how are they working. If you are able to find out the Dali Oberon 3 stocks, go for it. If not, I think the another option that you can evaluate at that price range, and that will go with the Dali Zensor speakers. In the center, the closest can be a Polk Reserve speaker and a Monitor Audio bookshelf speaker. Check out these two if you don't get the stocks for Dali Oberon 3. We have next question from Jagdam asking, which one we choose, true 4K or native 4K? In real life, are there noticeable difference? Okay. First of all, Jagdam, I want to thank you. I see your comments in all of our videos, and I really appreciate you tracking all of our videos and watching them thoroughly. It really means a lot to us. So thank you for that. Coming back to your question, between the 4K upscale and a native 4K, uh, it's only when you compare them side by side or one after the other, you will always find the native 4K much more better. But for any first time home theater buyer, I have not been able to spot, see them, or I've never seen them feel any difference between both of these. So yeah, go for a 4K upscale if that works out in your favor. But if your price range for a projector is around 4 to 5 lakhs, always go for native 4K. Rishabh is asking, which are some OTT platform for Indian movies with original 5.1 or Atmos quality, except Netflix and Prime Video? Well, that's a nice question, Rishabh. Finally, someone's talking about the main content part apart from the speakers. So thank you for breaking that chain. Um I think some of the OTT platforms that are working well right now are
Hotstar.
Uh,
Hotstar has put in a lot of
yeah,
content in 5.1 because
Hotstar has got some good content. I think Z5 and Sony Live also are equally good because 5.1 everybody is doing. Atmos not everybody is doing. So yeah, I can understand that. But 5.1 content on each platform you will definitely find. Uh, Even Geo Cinema is coming strong with their content. So Geo Cinema and with the kind of family backing that they have, I'm sure they are going to get the rights for Disney as well.
not Disney, the HBO Max content.
HBO Max, they've already, I mean,
Yeah, they
it's
acquired
almost
a
like closed deal.
long time ago.
But
Yeah.
Disney is also up for sale in India, and Hotstar might leave that partnership, and Disney might come to Geo Cinema. So Geo content is coming up very, very strong, and I'm very positive and hopeful about Geo because Geo cracked something in the IPL live match itself when they got Atmos for a live sports event. Now that was something which was never thought of that it would happen so soon, but these guys pulled it up. So I hope that they bring the same Atmos content for movies as well. Uh, I don't know uh, what all OTT platforms are you guys watching? Let me know in the comments below because maybe we guys can keep sharing. Okay, this is the or this is the platform wherein you've got best Atmos or these movies. Feel free so that the information exchanges amongst the entire community. Next question we have from Prabir. Prabir is asking JBL Stage Series speakers, how you rate this? JBL Stage Series speakers are good, price effective, JBL sound, so nothing bad coming out of it. But definitely, if you're looking for a much more hi-fi and a more better immersive performance, which does not necessarily have only loudness, then yeah, you can explore some of the other products in the same price range. Maybe Polk ES series, ELAC debut series, Fine Audio F300 series. These are also some of the nice series and close competition to the JBL stage speakers. I'm building up my dedicated 5.1 point 2 home theater. I've heard that Denon X 1700H is topping and the new X 800H is coming up. Which one should I go for? Well, the Denon X 1700H is definitely going to stay for another 6 months. Okay, so hold on, all of you guys who are thinking to buy X 1800H. X 1800H, I'm expecting it sometime around the next month, that is December end, or maybe January first week. That's when the new stocks might come in India. But overall, I'm yet to go through the differentiation between both these products. X1700H has still been one of the most go-to product for any new Atmos home theater owner, and has been doing great. So don't worry about it. I mean, just go for it because even if the X1800H gets launched, it's going to be expensive. Like today, X2800H has been available in the market since last 6 months, and X2700H, which was discontinued, is still available. So you can understand that these old models are still available in stocks, and you can go for it. Name good 8K HDMI cables other than Davis brand. Well, the ones that are available online, which are good, I think Blue Rigger is one of them. Profi Gold is another one. Koenig, Monster. I don't know if Monster is selling online, but yeah, these are 3 4 brands which you can go for. Blue Rigger has been making a lot of names as well recently online. Check them. I think what we have is Stecker, RMC, uh, yeah, Profi Gold, Bandridge. These names. Any questions? Any other questions that you guys would have, or anything that you would want to ask apart from home theater? Uh, just the way Rishabh asked about OTT content. Feel free to do that. And I don't know how many of you have been following up the latest trend between Spotify and Apple Music, because Spotify has been going down and down, right?
Yep.
What kind of which was the recent company that pulled out? Z5.
No, they added their songs. Like some of the songs are back. Like
Some of the
20
songs
to
are still.
30 songs are back on Spotify, but it's
So
just
Spotify always has this issue of the licensing and getting paying the royalty to the artist.
but
Apple
now
Music that way has got a huge cash reserve, so
but
they don't mind going all out.
Spotify is very bad. Like their free plan is very bad right now. Like
Yeah, and even Atmos is still missing in
yeah,
Spotify. I don't see that coming in the next 6 months also because they first need to build up on their library. The only good thing about Spotify is I think their
algorithm.
playlist and algorithm. And if you're a free Spotify user, then you are missing out on so many things because now you can't even forward the track. I mean, that's So frustrating. You don't even want to use Spotify after that point of time.
Actually, many of my Android users shifted to Apple Music, like just because of that update.
What music services are you using? Let us know in the comments below. Are you using Apple Music, or are you using Spotify, or YouTube Music, which is again very very nice, very popular, I think, because people also like to have video songs played. I don't know. They would turn off the screen, like lock the screen, but they would still choose YouTube Music with a video screen. Okay, the next question we have is from Hi Magic, asking us, what are your thoughts on Class D amp, like topping or SMSL? Well, that's too technical. I'm not going to get into that over here. But Class D amps are some of the best invented amplification channels. Class AB, still favorite for getting a very high performance from your speakers. Class D is like a good hybrid model wherein you get high power output, but still may not stand as good as a Class AB, even if the power ratings are a little less. We have had one more question from
Rushabh.
Okay. Is there a significant difference in True HD and not True HD audio on entry level AV receiver? Definitely, there is a difference in True HD and Dolby Digital Plus, as they call it. And I think it's a long due, right? We need to get all these formats covered.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's surely a topic for our video.
Yeah, we'll definitely have one video coming across with all these Dolby formats and how do they work, what exactly are you missing out. Let's get this data pulled up properly and compile it in a video so that next time when you watch something and if there is something mentioned on the amplifier which is DD plus surround or DTHD or maybe DTSX, we'll have all the answers and we'll create one single image which gives you the clarity as to what is it that is happening right now in your amplifier and in all your speakers. What will be the minimum budget for a dedicated home theater? Well, Dharmendra, that totally depends upon your room size, what kind of configuration you want to go for. Is it with TV? Is it with a projector screen? So a lot of parameters. But in case if I have to just give you still a gist of it, I think a home theater with projector screen and a good 5.1 system can start from 2 lakh rupees. But if you want to upscale the projector from full HD to 4K or the sound from 5.1 to 5.1.2, then definitely 3.5 lakh is the bare minimum price range to start from. And this we are talking about only AV. The other room treatment, acoustics, recliners, etc., that will go extra. Which Yamaha AV receiver you mentioned earlier in comparison of Pioneer VSX834? Well, the Yamaha V6A is something that I mentioned for focal CBO. Bhavin is asking, I have 7.2 channel AVR and if I'm using stereo mode, then what will be the power output to the speaker? Well, then that's where the power output ratings would change. It'll go to the single channel driven in that case. Sorry, two channel driven in that case. When it is going to be used in multi channel, then each speaker is going to be mono. It's going to be single channel. Uh, Again, don't get into power ratings, Bhavin. It's just a number. Make sure that your speaker has got enough juice as well as your viewing distance is not very very far, so that even if your 7 channel AV receiver is giving 90 watts or 100 watts of power per channel, you can still get a decent output from it. Just make sure that you put it on pure mode, pure direct stereo, instead of just stereo mode, because this is one thing I don't know if any of you know this. And if you're using music, two channel stereo music from your speakers, home theater speakers, never put your sound mode on stereo, because when you do that, your subwoofer also comes into play. So try avoiding that. If you're using tower speakers and if you want to use them as full range speakers, always put it on pure direct stereo, or else go to the settings, turn off the subwoofer for some time and use the speakers on stereo. Till Spotify, now switch to Apple Music. Yeah, Prabir, I think same story everywhere. Spotify is just going down for that reason. Also, another thing, I don't know if anybody knows out here, when you put Apple TV as the media content player in your home theater room, and if you link your Apple Music account to the same, the Atmos content actually comes out in your home theater system also. Because when you cast music, you don't get Atmos, but when you do it through wired HDMI connection from Apple TV to your AV receiver, you will definitely get Apple Music in Dolby Atmos formats for the selected songs. We have got next question from Stazzy. He's saying, I'm planning to go for clip speakers. I can see there is a clips optimization mode in on AV receivers. Does it really make a difference or going with Denon is fine? Well, The clips optimized mode is definitely going to make a big difference because it learns the curve of that entire speaker. Okay, so you just have to select the model number and it will pull out that data. So that's where the on-cue AV receivers are really doing great job with clip speakers. Also, compared to Denon, if on-cue is giving you 18 months, that is 6 months extra warranty. Why not? Go and grab it. I think that's a good deal. Par is also saying, I've used Spotify. Could you just take this a little up? Yeah, yeah, just a little up. Yeah. Uh, okay. You might want to just take it a little down. Huh? I've used both Spotify and Apple Music for a year or so, but I always switch to Spotify in the end due to good song recommendations. But I do miss Dolby Audio from Dolby Music, from Apple Music. That's very true. We are still waiting for Spotify to release that. Let's see when we have that. Puneet is saying, Tanmay, I contacted your team, but no answer received. I need some rectification in my existing home theater setup. Puneet, I think you need to use the chatbot. Could you just send him the link? I don't know whom you spoke to or what's the scene. But just to give you an update, we are having a little sales revamp as well at our end. We are adding some more team members because there have been so many inquiries that have been coming up. We are trying to automate certain tools using the WhatsApp bots as well for all of you, so that there would be somebody for you to. I mean, the bot would take care of your initial questions and would lead to you to the right solution. So yeah, give us some time on that, but we would need some more details on it, and you can use the link shared in the chatbot. Let's take some last 7 questions. Okay, we have got. Okay, you need to help me with this. Noel is asking, is there any switcher to switch from one on-cue amp to clips or Yamaha to clips and vice versa? Well, there's no switcher as such available, but you can always create it using the speak on cables. That's what we do in our demo rooms. You can just do that, speak on female and male speak on connectors, and easily connect them to either of the amplifiers. That's the easiest way, Noel, I can think of. Next question we have from CBK: rate fine audio over Polk in medium range. I think fine audio, I would still go for it. F500, I think they're just over here behind me. That's one of my favorite speakers because it has got dual concentric drivers. So the Twitter and the mid-range driver are right with the same center. And that kind of gives you a much more balanced sound, which I can feel like listening for hours together. So yeah, I mean, fine audio is something I would definitely look for. Rishabh is saying, how does JBL 5.1 soundbar compare with Yamaha YST 3072 in terms of sound quality? I think YST 3072 would be a better choice because you've got a separate audio compared to a 5.1 soundbar, which is going to give you sound all from front, except for surrounds, wherein you can still get a little separation. But my vote over here, Rishabh would go for YST 3072. Ravi Singh planning a 5.1.2 home theater under 2 lakh with AVR, which having bookshelf speakers, surround speaker, Atmos, and subwoofer. Can you say some brands? Well, Polk ES20 is definitely one of the best bookshelf speaker, which has got fantastic power output, has got a great throw because of its 6 inches driver, and can fit in around 2 lakh rupees. That is something which you can consider, Prabir. Uh, Other options in bookshelf, we'll have to scout more for you. But as of now, I think go ahead and look for this Polk ES20. We have personally done few installations with Polk ES20 as the front left-right speakers, and people are really happy with it even today. Can you suggest me a good Onkyo 7.1 channel AVR instead of Denon X 1700? I think Onkyo TX NR 5100, 50, and NR 5100, that's 95,800 MRP. I think that's a good model compared to Denon X 1700H for clip speakers, not for all, only for the clip speakers that this guy has. Raja is saying, budget at Dolby Atmos AV receiver and complete speaker package. Suggest me model number and brand. Well, Raja, you have to go back to the link, the Design Your Dream Home Theater link, because that's where we will get some more information from you, which is very, very, very essential for us to give you the right solutions. So, for just of the knowledge, what you can do is you can refer to our videos, wherein we have done a lot of videos about some of the best speaker packages, heavy receivers, etc. Can we use different speakers in 11.2 setup? Yeah, definitely you can, but the front LCR has to be same. So if you're taking care of that, you can use any other speakers in other channels. Rishabh is saying, is there any way I can get wireless 5.1 audio transmissions? I have searched a lot but didn't find any. There's one brand called Violet, Violet. They used to have wireless 5 speakers along with the sub. I don't know if they had sub. But yeah, what they did is that they used the bulb holders, and you could just fit in the speakers into that bulb holders and get sound. I mean, that was very, very impressive when I also had a demo of that first. But the location of the speakers in that case goes all in the ceiling. So see if you want to go for that. Otherwise, please do cabling, but still go for wired solution. Gurcharan is asking, please suggest 5.1 system under 1 lakh for music and movies. I think Pole TL1600 with a Denon X250BT or a Denon S760 660H AV receiver is a perfect choice for movies and music. Manav is saying, hi Tanmay, I have a Sony 90L with EARC out, but my Yamaha RX 369 has only HDMI. Well, Manav, it's very difficult because this AV receiver seems to be quite old, the 369 model, and definitely you will have to use either the optical ports or the coaxial audio output ports to get a digital output. If not, then you will have to go back to the aux output. But I'm sure with the RX 369, it will at least have an optical out. So use optical to get 5.1. Maybe Atmos is not happening because even the AV receiver is still not supporting Atmos, the RX 369. Thank you so much, Tanmay. You're doing a really good job helping out all of us. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. I don't know how many of you use the super fan. Maybe that is something which you can look at that might help us get some more better numbers on the channel. Suggest me good OFC's pure copper speaker cable brands. Uh, Pure copper OFC speaker cables. You can check RMC again. Impressions. Uh, Koenig, Bandrich, Profigold. I think for the cables, these are some of the well-known brands. Always stick to them. Is there any service center in Mumbai for Denon and Yamaha? My Denon network player is dead for want of service. So for Denon, I think there is a service center. For Yamaha also, there is a service center in each city. What you'll have to do with Noel, you'll have to contact the person from wherein you bought this. If not, just try to go onto the website of Yamaha or for Denon and try to check out the nearest service center in Mumbai. There's one in Thane for sure for Yamaha. Denon is in Lamington Road. I think Paras Electronics is the guy who does for Denon. Okay, so I think 1 hour of session out here with so many questions answered. I don't know how has this 1 hour been for you guys. Let us know in the comment below. And also, I'm sorry to all your families to take out your time and get it diverted from the Diwali activities to this particular video session. But I'm really looking forward to these YouTube live sessions every month because this is one time wherein I don't have any agenda or any topic for my video, and the entire video is all based upon the questions that you all ask me. So I think this live sessions is really energizing, and it gives us also a lot of good topics to talk about or to cover in our next upcoming videos. So keep pouring in all these questions, keep commenting as much as you can, because you all know that I'm very active on commenting. Most of the replies have been in 2-3 days, except for the questions uh, for which we have done videos. Maybe those must have been missed, but I think to all of your comments, I've definitely answered at some point of time. So please do keep sharing your questions in case you don't have to wait for the next live session. Prabir is saying thank you so much for answering questions. Thank you so much, Prabir. Thank you, Jagdam. Mano, I'm just going to take this last question from you. Can we use any ER converter? There's only one available, which is called HD Fury Arcana, and that no, I think for you it's with the TV, right? No, you can't. I mean, you in a way you can. There's a Tono USD Pro 42 model that used to come, but I don't know if they have it still online. If not, you can try and buy any returnable Amazon product so that if it doesn't work, you can still return it back. Well, wonderful 1 hour session. I don't know your feedback, but please, feel free to share that. And we have got close to 2 lakh views in the last 28 days. But surprisingly, the subscription has been around 16,200 right now. I don't know why that is happening. If there is something missing from our end, please feel free to enlighten us. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, I highly ask you to do that right now because your subscription really encourages me and my team. The high that we got when we reached 23,000 subs due to YouTube's mistake is something that we definitely want to achieve in real time also. And your subscription does encourage us to do that. 50,000 is, by the way, our next target. So let's see where this goes and how soon we can achieve that. That's it from my end. I, Tanmay Mehta. Oh, yeah. Okay. Before I go to the end of the video, otherwise reminding me to wish you all and your family a very happy, prosperous, loud, colorful, and very, very cheerful Diwali. Uh, may the home theaters that you all have be the best times for you and your people, your loved ones, to spend around with. And considering the World Cup that is happening, I think a lot of people are going to be glued to the screens this World Cup. So yeah, definitely a fantastic time to flaunt your home theaters, to go away, do a lot of your home parties, call your friends, and enjoy, but very, very responsibly and safely. Till then, I, Tanmay Mehta, your home cinema consultant or home theater wale bhaiya, will see you again in the next video that goes live on Sunday. Thank you so much.